I have a genuine struggle to put God first because I am a married woman. Now, Paul talks about this in the scriptures that it would be better to be single than married. And one of the reasons is because women will have a desire to elevate their husbands and want to please them. But then we also have that struggle of wanting to please God and for them to have their proper place. And I can attest that this has been a struggle on and off in my life because I love my husband and I like to be admired by him and I like to please him. And at the same time, I want to please God. I want to do what the Lord wants me to do. And if I'm not careful, I can sometimes try to elevate my husband and not have him in the proper place that a husband should be in the Lord. Now, in the beginning of my marriage, I was not saved, and so there was no struggle to elevate my husband. The real struggle was that I lived for myself, and I didn't really look to him and try to please him unless there was a benefit for myself. And then fast forward to after I got saved, I remember that I just wanted to make him happy. And part of it was because I craved his love, his attention, and I just wanted to please him. And it's so easy to please a human and to hear, like, oh, good job, you did great, I'm thankful, I'm happy with what you're doing, I'm happy with you. You know, you just seek praise from man, and that was what was happening to me. My eyes would get taken off the Lord, and then I would sometimes, reflect and then put my eyes back on God. And it was just a struggle. And sometimes I would say it is, but it's not as bad as it used to be. And I'm just going to share with y'all where these struggles would happen in my life and kind of for what reasons. So, one of the areas that I struggled with that was in my cooking. I love to cook and I like to cook for my husband. I want him to like my meals and I would just cook for him and so that he would like it. And I don't necessarily know if I wanted him to praise me for it, but I just wanted to know, like, was that good? Did you like it? And oftentimes my husband's a picky eater. The response wasn't what I wanted or what I was looking forward to. And so I would feel discouraged, frustrated, like I'd failed, and my heart was just in the wrong place. And I would know that because I felt so let down after I would hear his response. And he wasn't mean, it was just not the response I wanted. I wanted to hear, like, oh man, that was awesome, or that was really good. Where for him, it was like, that was okay, or, maybe we could change some of the seasonings, or the food was a little tough, or he's just honest. And I didn't express to him what I wanted to hear or my thoughts behind why I was cooking for him or anything like that. So wouldn't be it wouldn't have been fair to expect a reaction from him when he didn't even know what reaction I wanted. And I want to point out too that the Lord used all these things that I'm going to talk about to show me that I am not supposed to do things for um, to get the glory, to show me that I don't live for other people, but that I live for Him and unto Him. And so when I was doing these things, and sometimes still I can, like, sometimes go down that path a little bit, but thankfully my convictions are a lot stronger and I'll stop them before they get there, or I'll have a change of heart. But He's used all these things to mold me into the image of Christ and to show me, like, no, look, to me, I am the one that yours to live for and to please, and through that I'll be blessed. And so, like I said, that was one area in the cooking department. And another area was that I wanted to look pretty for him, and so I would do my hair, my makeup, and dress pretty. And again, I was still doing it because I wanted him to praise me. I wanted to be irresistible. I wanted him to, I think, in some ways, be infatuated with me and just to live for me and kind of do what I wanted him to do. And again, conviction came in that it's okay for me to dress nice and to draw his attention, but there's also that balance of making sure you're not drawing other men's attention. And so there was some of that conviction, but also that my husband isn't supposed to live for me and unto me. He's also supposed to live for the Lord. And so, in some ways, I think I was trying to be a distraction from that because I was just focused on me and not necessarily him and his relationship with the Lord. And some of the reasons why I wanted um, his attention in that way was because I felt like he would be doing what I wanted him to do. He would be praising me the way I wanted to be praised. That I would be able to get my way because I would look pretty. And all these things I would say I carried over from salvation, but the Lord was gracious to me to open my eyes and show me why these things aren't godly and good qualities to have. Again, it's just a change of heart needed to happen in those areas to sanctify me, grow me, and conform me more to the image of Christ. And I do feel like those are the two main areas in my life that I have struggled with. And I think there is one more, but I don't think it's to the extent of these other two, and that would be in relations. And part of me cared about the, um, I don't want to say performance, but I would say in that area that if I felt like I was doing everything right and perfect, that I would still, again, be able to have my way and have control. And so, in all these situations, it was just about me having sovereignty kind of over him and being controlling in some sort of manipulative way. And I mean, fast forward to today, and I know that was wrong. I know it would be wrong to continue down that way. And so, I want to share like what my mindset is now, where when it comes to um, the cooking department, I cook in order to cook food that's nutritious, that he likes, that is satisfying to him, and that I know he likes, but simply because I love him and there's no ulterior motive behind it. And then when it comes to dressing up and dressing in a way that attracts his attention, I've come to realize that he didn't even really like the way I dressed because I would say in some ways it wasn't modest. And so now that I dress more modest, he actually makes more comments and tells me that I look beautiful and he likes my outfits. Um, and then he used to tell me, like, you don't need all that makeup. But I personally liked it. And so I would just, put it on. And so now I'm not necessarily focused about my external appearance, but I'm more focused now on the internal. And so that basically comes across as me walking in the Spirit, me reflecting Christ to others, being loving, kind, and patient. And when I do mess up, to quickly repent and just turn away from that and let them know, like, I am sorry. I don't want to be like that. I want to be like Jesus. And then in the area, like I mentioned, in relations, I'm not focusing on myself and getting my way, but it's simply a focus on loving him and I would say again having no ulterior motives of me trying to get my way or thinking, that something's going to come from this, having expectations outside of just um, the act of the marriage bed. And so that's kind of where I have come to today. It has taken me a while to get there, unfortunately, because these are, I feel like, topics that are a lot harder to talk about in our culture, our society, especially among Christians. Um, and maybe I just I myself, I wasn't comfortable talking to other people about these things, but I knew they were issues and problems in my life because I was constantly struggling with and constantly frustrated that things weren't going my way. And the main reason was because I was being selfish and trying to have my own way. In James, it talks about why do we quarrel? This was exactly why. Thanks for watching. I hope this video was encouraging. And if you're new to my channel, I hope you'll subscribe. And if you're a returning subscriber, thanks for coming back. I will see you in my next video. Take care. Bye.